Welcome to Gleaning Mustard Seeds with Jerrie Barber. Mr. Barber is a preacher, a ventriloquist, a barefoot runner, and writes 2 blogs. When Jerrie communicates, he encourages people, try not to learn very much. Find a mustard seed. In the next few minutes, try not to learn very much. Look for something you can do to move a mountain, remove a stumbling block, or provide a stepping stone for yourself or someone else. And now, here's Jerrie with this week's mustard seed.
Thank you for your interest in gleaning mustard seeds. Today we have a new experience. I have a guest, my cousin John Whitwell, who now lives in the Dallas, Texas area, but he spent his life training young people to be band directors. He was an excellent band director, and today I want to tell you his inspiring story of his journey from Cow Holler in Hickman County, Tennessee, to be the director of bands at Michigan State University. And here's John to tell you that story.
Thank you, Jerrie. It's an honor to be able to do this interview with Jerrie. He's a dear soul and a precious first cousin. We've shared many experiences in our lives. In 1951, my parents decided to move from Cow Holler to Michigan in search of employment. And I attended a July 4th parade in River Rouge, Michigan, and I saw the first marching band that I had ever seen. It was the River Rouge High School Band, directed by Mac Carr, who was a 1929 graduate of the University of Michigan. And I resolved to find out more about this organization. I didn't know the word band or any of that, but I found out in the fall of the 4th grade that I couldn't start in the band until the fall of the 5th grade. But I had an elementary music teacher in the 4th grade who, when I asked her about this group that I had seen in the parade, she said, "Oh, that was the high school band. They're terrific, but you have to be a 5th grader. But I offer a after-school piano class, which is optional, 50 cents a week, and that would be good for you. It would help prepare you to be in the band in the 5th grade." So she gave me a book for the piano class, which we didn't have a piano, so I could practice at home, but it had a cardboard fold-out keyboard. It looked like the piano keys and was absolutely useless. So I would stay after school occasionally and use the school's piano, and it did help me a lot. I went into the band in the 5th grade and was given a trombone by the beginning band instructor. The school provided all the instruments to beginners. And in the 7th grade, I went to the high school, but there was only, the bands were divided into the 7th grade band, and then the high school band was 8 through 12. And my teacher, Mac Carr, was a wonderful teacher and musician, and he was so kind to me. I believe in divine providence, and things happen, and if we are aware and follow what's happening, it's always a blessing. And I was blessed to be in that city with that teacher, and he had a major influence on me. I don't remember the year. It was either between the 7th and 8th grade or grade 8 and 9, but he offered a summer band at the high school for 2 weeks, and there was a small tuition charge, and he called me into his office after a rehearsal, and he said, "Are you going to be in the summer band?" And I said, "Oh, yes, of course." And he said, well, good. I want you to help me teach the younger trombone players, which is part of the summer band curriculum. And he said, you be sure that you take or you bring your trombone to this class because I want you to demonstrate for them. I'm going to send them out with you one at a time into a practice room, and I'm going to tell you and that student what you want the student to learn, and I want you to demonstrate. It scared me a lot because I had a speech impediment. I stuttered quite badly, and I was afraid to be in that situation. I could not say no to Mac Carr. He was my private teacher at his house on Saturday mornings, and my band director, and he knew that I stuttered. And so he worked this out in the summer band to give me a chance to teach. And I don't know that I had ever really thought about being a band conductor before that. I loved being in the band, and but I loved that his influence on me, and that he thought I could do this. And it was so exhilarating to be able to teach young students. I decided to become a band conductor. All of my teachers of music were very supportive. We moved from River Rouge to Wyandotte, a nearby suburb, in the summer of 1957 as I was going into the 10th grade. And I had equally fine teachers in Wyandotte, all of whom were graduates of the University of Michigan School of Music. I had great experience in Wyandotte. I went, my first college experience was at Michigan Christian Junior College in Rochester, Michigan. I went there for 2 years and had a great teacher, Fred Alexander, who is a graduate of Abilene Christian. And he said, I think you should go to Abilene Christian when you leave here at the end of your second year. And because he said it would be a good idea, I was absolutely going to do that. And so I did 3 years at Abilene Christian and graduated in 1965. I had 5 jobs in 41 years. My first job was teaching beginners in Jackson, Michigan, where I stayed for 10 years doing junior high and then high school. And then I went to Ann Arbor for 6 years to Huron High School, which was a spectacular opportunity in a major university town with great resources. And I did my master's degree at the University of Michigan and had the most spectacular teachers. William D. Ravelli was near retirement when I started, and I finished under Robert Reynolds. I studied with Elizabeth Green, and I'm honored to have been a teacher and to be able to work with young people to make music. I'm so proud to have been able to do that, 5 jobs in 41 years. And I loved what I did, and I loved my students. And I'm so proud of the students who have continued and are in my profession today in positions of leadership.
Thank you, John. It's been great to visit and great to listen. I tell people when I want to feel famous, I go to YouTube. I type in John Whitwell, and you'll find video after video after video of his observations, lectures, and him conducting great bands. Listen again next week as John tells how he continued throughout his professional life, and now in retirement, I still overheard him encouraging a former student yesterday, and he continues to be an inspiration to many people. Listen again next week from some mustard seeds from John Whitwell.
Thank you for listening to Gleaning Mustard Seeds with Jerrie Barber. If you found a mustard seed, send a text or email with the link to a friend. This podcast is brought to you in partnership with the Ministry League Network. Ministry League is a global platform dedicated to equipping Christians with the tools they need for ministry, worship, and personal growth. Featuring over 50 podcasts created by members of the Lord's Church, Ministry League provides uplifting and biblically sound content for all ages. Through the Ministry League app, you can access these podcasts, a digital songbook for worship, free Bible study materials, curriculum, and other ministry resources to strengthen your walk with Christ. Don't miss out on the latest updates and podcast episodes. Subscribe to the Ministry League YouTube channel for daily content and exclusive insights into the work of the Lord's Church, or visit ministryleague.com to explore what's possible. Ministry League, equipping you for every good work. Thank you for listening. Jerrie looks forward to next week as we continue to collect and plant mustard seeds.